Hey guys, it's Too Cute for You here, and I'm gonna be getting very personal right now. I am 15. I'm just starting high school, and I, for most of my life, has suffered from depression. Now, sadly, there's a lot of people that fight depression. Some people are worse. And what makes me sad is that people don't really see it and they don't help them the way they need the help, which leads them to do things. But I'm just gonna talk about my depression and my experiences. And I'm just saying, for any of you watching this who suffer from depression, please leave a comment below saying that you are suffering from depression, you are a fighter, and I will include you guys in my next video. Also subscribe, yeah. Leave a like, general comment below, but for any of you who are suffering from depression, it gets better. I promise. Even though it doesn't feel like it does, it does. I feel that it won't get better for me, but I know it does because I have been getting better, but it doesn't make me feel that way. So, let's just get started. So, depression. And I'm using Prezi, so what is it? Depression is a major depressive disorder. It is a common and actually serious medical illness that negatively affects how you feel, the way you think, and how you act. Fortunately, it is also treatable. Depression causes feelings of sadness and or loss of interest in activities once enjoyed. It can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems and can decrease a person's ability to function at work and at home. So about the whole treatable, I have taken lots and lots of medications. And also, I'm sorry if my voice sounds groggy. I'm not feeling the greatest, under the weather a little bit. But, basically, how it affects me with how I feel makes me feel like there's a back part of my brain that it's always telling me things that are not true. Like, I'm stupid, I'm pointless, ugly, nothing. Think of it. I've felt it. And it's hard fighting it, and feeling it. It's not a happy feeling to have at all. And how it affects me and others. Depression could cause self-harm, which can be burns, eraser burns, poisoning self, can lead to which can be over drinking at a young age, and just drinking and taking stuff you're not supposed to be that can kill you. taking drugs, medications, overdose, cutting. Now these right here are exactly what I do. I have just started recently, sadly, taking medications that I should not. I haven't been doing it too much. It was just this one time. The reason why I include it in my list is because I still have the urge to. I still feel like I want to do more. And I cut. The worst thing I do is cut. I hate cutting. It hurts. I don't like doing it at all. And many people ask, well, why do you do it then? I do it because to me it kind of feels like a way of releasing anger, my feelings. Basically, when I cut, it takes away my pain that I'm feeling inside my heart and stuff, my internal feeling, and it brings it to the feeling of the cuts. Sometimes I just get so angry and I just cut. I've done them on my arms, mostly one arm. On the underside, top, both my legs, and I've been doing it since the beginning of 8th grade. Yeah. So, and the worst part about it, it's hard for me to stop. It's hard. It kind of like addicting. I have, yes, done suicide attempts. I was at school, and I was probably in 3rd hour, which was math. No, not math. It was 5th hour, which was my history. And I was just doing a test that I was really excited to do. We were doing an essay. I was in the hallway, and I had a pencil sharpener with me. And I was taking off the blade. And once I got it off, I felt the urge to cut. And my mind was just saying, okay, I'll only do one simple little cut. And then I ran to the bathroom, and I was in the stall. I did that one cut, and then my depression took over. It took advantage of me. I made more cuts. Every single cut I made, I said a thing about me that I felt was true, like I'm stupid, nothing, worthless. Now the only reason why I put this as my suicide attempt, I cut right underneath my arm, near my wrist, my underarm, near a major blood vein. And I was cutting there multiple times, and I felt like I wanted to die. So, and then I just kept cutting there, and I used toilet paper to just stop the bleeding wrapped around my arm, but my underarm, those cuts would not stop bleeding. I was starting to feel, okay, I'm just gonna put more pressure on it. So I did. It kept bleeding. I went to get up. I felt too weak. I was just so I was sitting down, making my way slowly to the stall door. I opened it, and I sat on the outside, and I was crying. I was also hoping to bleed to death. I was sitting there crying. I was wanting to cry for help, scream. I just felt too weak. I couldn't even stand up. Then a girl came in. I asked her, we'll call her, we'll call her Mia. I told her, Mia, can you please go get Mrs. Erickson? She was my teacher. She was my history teacher. She looks a little bit concerned. She's one of those people that are mellow and she doesn't talk a lot at all. And she's like, okay, yeah. She leaves the bathroom, and then another girl comes in. Now, she's one of the popular girls. Her name, we'll call her Sage. She comes in and she's freaking out. She's seeing the blood everywhere on my arm. Me passed out, or feel like I'm gonna pass out. She's freaking out. She's like, oh my gosh, what happened? Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out a little bit. Oh my gosh, what do I do? Oh my gosh. And I told her that Mia went to go get help. Then Mrs. Erickson came in. She told Sage to take me to the counseling office. So Sage did. She was helping me out. She was still freaking out. I was just wanting to calm her down, but she just kept freaking out. And we got me to the counseling office, and then they called my parents, and yeah, now I'm not allowed to go inside the halls, go to the bathroom by myself without permission, you have to have permission either way, without someone with me. So, good job there. Home. Now, this was when I was first starting to take my first medication for my depression. We didn't know how it was going to affect me, so we just kept a close eye on me. I was at school, and I decided to make a suicide note. And I felt, oh, hey, death. Okay, sounds fun, or sounds peaceful. I'll just get this pain over with. Nothing bad will happen. I get home thinking about hanging myself. Sorry guys, this is just a little bit deep, but I think it's just good to tell. Just get it out. As I was saying, oh yeah. So then my dad gets home. I snapped out of it. I told my dad about it. We took me to the emergency room. They basically just had someone come talk to me for hours, ask me a bunch of questions, changed my prescription to something else. Okay, there we go. Don't worry, I didn't say anything while my volume was all the way down. At the park, I was thinking about, now where we live, there was a lot of rain, and we have a river, and it rained so bad it started to flood. After it started to calm down, we all decided to take a little walk. Me, my dad, my stepdad, and I was walking my dog. Now the rapids were going really fast. They were strong. I wanted to jump in. I kept threatening, I might as well just jump in and stuff. But I never did. On the way back to the car after the walk, I was ahead of my dad and stepdad, and I was strangling myself with my dog's leash. I was hoping to pass out, but after that, once I was close to that, I stopped. I gave myself air, felt the blood go back into my head, and I shortly told my dad afterwards, and yeah, we decided to get that situated. No more of that. No more cutting either. For now. Hopefully for a long time. I don't plan on cutting any more time soon, but basically, I'll get to that later. School. I just have had previous suicide thoughts of wanting to commit suicide. But I just let that roll over me. I just stopped thinking about it. Now back to the no more cutting. We got a dog. Her name is Zora. Yes, I'm talking about you. She is a sweet, crazy dog. She is 3 years old. We got her at a humane society. She was rescued from a hoarding house with 90 other dogs, or 99 with other dogs. And she's not potty trained. She's got a little marbles loose in the head. She just petting her right now, and she's smiling. Makes me feel so good to see her smile. She has torn up the house quite a bit. Yes, I love you too. And she has made my dad very angry. He has almost taken her back. I kept convincing him. Oh yes, hello. Now, we don't know what she is. She's a mutt. Medium-sized dog. Now, my dad was trying to think of every way to get me to stop cutting. I don't know if you can hear her little noises. But my dad told me, you want to keep your dog, right? I'm like, yes, of course I do. He's like, fine. No more cutting. No more self-harm. No more strangling. No more suicide attempts. Or we get rid of her. And that was a main goal for me. Still is. I don't plan on getting rid of this puppy for a long time. Yes, she's such a big sweetheart. Oh. Sounds like a velociraptor, too. That'll be another episode. Or another video. Yes, hello. But, leave a comment if you do want to hear more about my dog. Alright, so, as I was saying, a little distraction there. I wish I never cut. That is the main thing I wish I never did. Cut. It's so hard to stop. Well, kind of was. But now I have an encouragement to stop. It was really hard for me to stop. The effects of I hated it was scars. I have to see those scars every day. Harm to myself, and it's harm to my family. It hurts my family to see me doing this. It hurts my family to see me hurt. And of course it hurts me to see them hurt. Almost done here. And it led me to it disappeared. Okay, well, it led me to isolation. I would isolate myself. I had a little list here. Isolation, self-harm, suicide attempts, anger. I'd lash out at my parents, at everyone for no reason. I would get so emotional. Like, someone could say something like, oh my gosh, trying to think of a good example. Alright, so someone was, like, talking about their anxiety attack, and I started bawling, and I started freaking out, and I started, like, lashing out a little bit. I was telling them, like, oh my gosh, at least you don't have depression, at least you don't cut, at least you don't threaten to kill yourself every day or something, or at least you don't cry yourself to sleep every night. And I would get so mean to my parents. I would say things like, I hate you, I bet you wish I was dead. And I say mean, horrible things to them. And I always tell them that I don't mean them, and they always understand. I love my parents, at the bottom of my heart. It leads me to get very, very sad. And I don't like it at all. So, yeah, this is about my depression and how I am and my stories. So, yeah, again, if you suffer from depression and you're watching this, please leave a comment below saying that you suffer from depression, and I will include you in a video. I promise. I promise. And if I don't, you can get at me about it. But I will choose some people, and I will leave your names in the description. But yeah, also leave a like. Just comment below. And please subscribe. And yeah, just stay strong. That's what I ask for. And you're not alone.